This is exactly the kind of program that we should be using in correctional facilities across this country. And I can't think of two people better able to express how successful this program is than the two people who are my guests in studio today, Ken Scarborough and Sherry Del Giudice. Thank you for both for being here.
Thank you.
Ken, let's talk about, first of all, the whole idea, how we got to this point in bringing this program into the prison. It is the first in Massachusetts to be done in a correctional facility. So can you kind of bring our viewers up to speed on how we started out this program, the concept, and what you believed it was going to do to help the inmates reintegrate?
Actually, there was 2 points that brought us to this. The first was about 3 years ago. At the Career Center, we needed a better way to assess each of the customers that we were sending to employers to determine if they had the skills for given occupations.
Let me interrupt you 1 second, just so the viewers understand. The Career Center is a center outside of our prison.
Yes, it's the one-stop career center that is located in New Bedford, and we also have a satellite in Wareham.
And not just for the purposes of people leaving prison, there are
That's
people on
correct.
the outside who can access it. Okay.
Thousands of people every year. And we needed to be able to better assess those people. So we looked at all types of assessments, computerized, paper, and we settled on KeyTrain as giving us the measure that we needed. As we were negotiating the contract, we found out that we could add a piece that would allow a CD version that we could install within your facility. So we used some of the funds we had to purchase that additional CD, and we now have that in 36 computers here within the facility. We've also been doing the career readiness program for approximately the last 3 years. And so this was an additional piece of that, so that now when they go through the career readiness, in addition to everything else that we equip them with the Bristol Community College and the Career Center, now they have the opportunity to be evaluated and continue training, because one of the reasons that we chose this assessment tool is that it is really a training tool, so that literally every hour of the day, men and women could be sitting at these computers and learning at their own pace.
Now, the program itself assesses, of course, their different levels in different subjects. For example, English.
Basically,
reading,
we look
writing.
at the tests that they use across all job occupations are reading for information, applied math, and locating information. Those are the ones that we test on. But people who, once we have gotten that grade, then the student, as Sherry has so well represented, is able to self-enroll themselves in other, in 6 other topics that they can take. And Sherry was the first one to really branch out and do that. So it became obvious that she should be the one doing the peer education, because now that she knows the program, she knows how to enroll, and she knows how to inspire the other inmates to progress.
So quickly then, the program itself, when you get your assessment, for example, you're at a reading level of, say,
5.
Can they, at that point, work through this computer program and increase their reading
Yes.
skills, their level skills? So they can do that while they're still incarcerated, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so they're working not only to identify where their strengths are and how they can be placed in a career on the outside, but also what their abilities are to increase their levels where they are and become better prepared before they ever leave.
That's correct. And over 50% of the women who were in the pilot program did, in fact, increase their levels, some by 1, some by 2. So this was excellent.
Now, I'm going to get to Sherry in just a minute, but I want to ask you one last question. How's this paid for?
This was paid for. The initial purchase was paid for through grant money that we had as one of the career centers in the state that was physically doing something with ex-offenders. Before we had any funds to do it, we were here, partially funded by the Shannon Grant, but more than that, we had the commitment from the Career Center that this was a priority. We had it as a priority, we had it as a passion, and we've been doing it. That was recognized by the state, and when they chose 4 areas to fund special grants, we were one of those chosen.
Now, you mentioned about priority, and it is a priority from the standpoint of the investment in knowing that individuals who otherwise wouldn't have this opportunity might go out, obviously, with the same skills they came in and may not have that confidence level and a career path and continue to follow their previous path in committing crimes and so forth. And ultimately, that's going to cost us more money
Correct.
than the investment of doing this. Is that fair to
Exactly.
say?
Our goal is the same as yours.